You had mentioned technology is meaningless unless it changes our behavior.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, what do you think is going to be the next big piece of technology that's going to change the way that we behave?
There are two behavior changing technologies that are just starting to hit us now. First is tablet computing. People are starting to act differently because they have tablets. And the other is smartphones, where you've got really a computer in your pocket. They're becoming more powerful, and now that they're going to be on faster networks like 4G networks, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you do things differently because of the technology you're holding in your hand.
Technology is meaningless unless it changes the way we behave. What are behavior-changing technologies? The iPad. How do I know it's a behavior-changing technology? I'll use myself as a focus group of one for your entertainment, although I don't recommend people doing this. It's not a good way to do a focus group. Use it yourself. But I'll use me because I feel like it. It goes like this. My sociology of watching television used to pretty much be habitual and normal. It's nighttime. Whatever time I'd go to bed, I'd walk into my bedroom. I would flip on the TV. I'd grab the remote. I'd get into bed. I'd watch a little TV. Whether it's on demand or broadcast, doesn't matter. At a certain point, I would fall asleep. I would hear something like a loud audience laugh or a bang or a car crash. It would wake me up. I would turn off the TV and I would drift off to nighty-nighty. Nielsen would count that as me watching TV the whole time and give credit for everybody. Well, that's a different story. Not the point I'm trying to make. Anybody from Nielsen Media Research here? I have anyway. However, last April, Steve Jobs changed the way I behave. To the chagrin of Mrs. Palmer, I now get into bed with my iPad. We're together, but alone. First, I check my email one last time, because I'm so wired, I have to check my email one last time. Did anybody ever sit at a dinner table with a bunch of friends in the last year or two, and it's like someone gets a phone call, and you use that as your cue to pull out your BlackBerry also? Well, no, take the call, it's cool. Right, you do that, right? Sorry, I'm just looking at all you guys, you just look like that kind of group. And so, I get into bed, I check my email one last time. Then, I gotta check the websites that I like too, because maybe there's some news or something. Then, I open up my Kindle app and I start reading. And I have it white type on black so that it doesn't interfere with Mrs. Palmer's beauty sleep. TV's not on. TV is not on. It's set up for auto off if I don't touch the screen for 2 minutes, which you can do with an iPad very easily, or iPhone. I drift off to sleep, the little iPad falls on the little pillow I have it propped up on. It goes off, my behavior's changed. Now, if you're Nielsen Media Research, you just had a heart attack. If you're the TV industry, you don't even know how to emotionalize, intellectualize. You can't even process what I just told you. You did what? You got into bed and you didn't? After 50 years, you didn't turn on the TV? And the answer is no, I didn't. I was never watching it anyway. I was sleeping, you moron. That's not the point. The point is I didn't even bother to turn it on. Technology is meaningless unless it changes the way we behave.
So, you don't need a website. What you need is a database, and a website is just one way to look at it. So the database is what doesn't exist, and this is where radio stations instantly fail. The goal of a website is undefined in the radio business, whereas it's defined everywhere else. The goal of a website and almost everywhere else in the commercial environment is to drive conversions. So what does the audience reasonably expect the website to do, and does it do it? And what do you want the audience to do when they get there, and do they do it? And since the answer to that in every case on the radio station website is no, you have to rethink what you're doing. First, you need to build a content management system that has the content that you wish to distribute and curate. Then you have to incentivize people to come for something. You have to capture these people's imagination, you have to get a share of mind, and then drive share of wallet from that. Without the share of wallet, the website is just a pretty picture. And so where everybody fails in the radio business is that they create websites which are displays of things, as opposed to having a business goal, understanding how they're going to set it up, why they're spending money and investing against it, how they're going to convert, what the conversion is going to mean, and what the return on that investment is going to be. When you sit down and actually treat the web like the business communication tool it is, it becomes instantly obvious what will and will not work.